Concerned that someone had broken in, Michael opened the door and went into the store. He tried to avoid stepping on the broken glass on the floor as best he could, but wasn't quite able to miss it all. Once inside, he took a quick look around and nothing seemed out of place. He called out to Farron as he made his way to the till, but it seemed Farron had not yet arrived, which was unusual. Nothing appeared to be missing from the till either, so it appeared that the broken glass was probably just an odd prank. Still a little bit on edge, Michael decided to give his boss a call to find out where he was, but the call just went to voicemail. He hesitated briefly, then decided he should clean up the mess and get someone in to replace the broken glass pane. He also kept trying to get in contact with his boss, and he continued to have no success. By the time it reached early afternoon, Michael was really concerned and started to wonder if his boss was in a hospital somewhere, and he wished he had an emergency contact number for him. Shortly after that thought crossed his mind, the store door opened and 2 policemen entered the store. The policeman had a few questions for him, as it appeared Farron did not return home the previous evening. He explained that he had left early as he wasn't feeling well and had not seen his boss since then. He did mention the broken glass he discovered when he arrived, and that nothing else seemed out of place. He was questioned as to why he never reported it, and he explained that he had thought it was just some kids being silly. One of the policemen was less than impressed that Michael had potentially destroyed evidence of a crime and eliminated possible clues. Michael also realized that he had no real alibi, as he was home alone, and thought he was probably a suspect, especially considering he had cleaned up what may have been a crime scene. He was also asked if anything out of the ordinary had occurred that day. He thought about it briefly and replied that other than him leaving early due to feeling ill, nothing else had happened. It was around this time when the one asked him about his eyes, and Michael replied that he wore contact lenses, but to make them interesting, he had them all blue. He then asked if they liked his fashion statement, and the police just ignored his question and asked him to contact them if he remembered anything else. He assured them he would contact them if anything came to mind and shook the one's hand goodbye as they left. About an hour after the police left, he felt he wasn't able to concentrate on work and closed the store early and headed home. Michael's mind drifted off as he was making his way back home and came back into focus as he was opening his front door. He went inside and into the lounge to watch TV. At some point he had drifted off to sleep, and he woke up when the morning sun shining on his face woke him up. He vaguely remembered an odd dream he had. The only real detail he could remember was the face of the one policeman that had interviewed him. He was not feeling hungry, even though he had not eaten the night before. He recalled that today was the launch day of a game he had pre-ordered, which prompted him to debate if going into work was worth his time or if he should take the day off. Option 1, he goes into work, or option 2, he stays home. Vote now.